Well, hello again YouTube. This is Subtype and this is the second video in our look at European Truck Simulator 2. We're going to carry on doing a few more jobs, maybe do one or two on this one. So if you remember from the last time, we created this profile and we did a very small job from Newcastle to Newcastle carrying ketchup. And that earned us 91 experience points and a little bit of cash as well, £2,076 in cash. Since I last seen you, I have set up the buttons on the steering wheel, so we've now got indicators, wipers, light, horn, engine braking, and I'll show you in the options where you do that. I've also turned off the actual force feedback, because it can get a little tiring at times, and sometimes all you can hear is the rattling. So if you want to set up all the buttons for your steering wheel and keyboards, you can do this really easy by going into options at the bottom and selecting keys and buttons, and that gives you the function on the left hand side, the primary keyboard control, or the primary control, and then the secondary one. I tend to change the secondary, so I've still got the primaries mapped as would be if they were in the game. So we have the throttle, don't need to worry about that, brake, reverse, steering left and right, as that's all being taken care of by the steering wheel and our pedals, which are the Logitech G920s, and the gear stick is taking care of the forward and reverse on real automatic. You have got shift buttons which you can then assign to either your flappy paddles or keys, and then you can select other things. Park and brake being the space bar, engine stop being the E. We've got them assigned to joy button 9 and 7. Engine brake increase, that's all you really need is to do the increase and decrease, and that will give you an on-off switch as well. Trailer brake having assigned, retarder increase having assigned, although it is on the primary keys. Lift drop axle on the trailer. There's a lot of things you can actually do here. You can lock the differential if you get into a difficult situation, if it's on slippery ground or you've got a wheel in the air. We've got the left turn indicators and right turn indicators on our joy hat switch, left and right respectively, and we've got the flashing hazards on F. We've got our light modes, so that's side lights and then main headlights on the joy button 0. High beam lights on button 2. Nothing assigned, we've not assigned anything for the beacon, although if you press the O button on the keyboard, the beacon will work. If you press the H button, you'll get the horn. Air horns is on N, we've got that assigned to joy button 1. Light horn is obviously a little bit quieter for night time. Wipers we've got selected on joy button 3, and we've also got nothing assigned for cruise control on our steering wheel, but to be honest we can get by with everything that we've got assigned there. If you want to change your side mirrors on the screen, you can do, so you just got realistic mirrors or the extra mirror. Route advisor modes, you can change that. Truck adjustment, F4, you can change your seating position. And let's see what else you can adjust. There's a lot of things you can adjust. Camera controls. There's a lot of things you can adjust, and to be honest, the best way to learn them is to actually go and do it. We've got the activate button on joy button 8, and the trailer attach detach on joy button 9. Like I say, we've got a lot of controls that you can assign to different buttons. And if you've got a keypad, or if you've got a custom button set up and assigned, you can use them. The other thing from this point is you can change the graphic settings. As you can see, we're on Ultra, so we run a fairly decent graphics card, and we can run it at fairly high graphics quality. We've turned the volume down a little bit, but as you can see, there's a lot of options that you can go through. Random desktop backgrounds, desktop fade out delays, fatigue simulation, which is on, traffic offence, which is on, preferred job lengths, show truck speed limits, or you could change it to hide or show car limits. So you then test your knowledge of how fast you think you can go on certain routes. Avoid advisory speeding warning, automatic parking dialogue, keep route advisor hidden, heavy cargo warning screen, map alignment. There's a lot of options. We've also changed it to so it should automatically select skilled parking rather than asking. You can have time zones, cut scenes, invert the mouse. There's a lot of things. So for this video, we'll sort of leave that there. As you can see, we are at this point now where we can have a look at our progress history, and this is from last time. So we're still classed as a newbie, and we are not even at level 1 yet. We need 200 points to get to level 1. We've already attained 91. We've explored 0% because I think we did no more than 1,000 yards on the last. Playing time, we only played for about 8 minutes, which is not too bad. This world map here will show you the roads you've discovered. So if we zoom in, you should see, let's have a look. There you go. That it was the route we did last time. As you discover more and more roads, you'll discover that they'll turn yellow, and you can add more and more bits to it. As you can see here, we have got the Italia pack loaded in. So there's Italia. We also have the French pack loaded in. So there you go. There's France. And the next time we load this game up, we will try adding the Pro Mods maps, which should give away Iceland and a few other areas across in the Eastern Europe. Going back to where we were. At this point, you'll just have finished your last route, and at this point you can actually either look at your emails, as we have one. So let's just do that. So there's a notification: brand new Scania trucks for sale, truck dealer in Manchester. So there we go. Subject: brand new Scania trucks for sale. Dear Sir, Madam, we are a certified retailer of Scania trucks. We offer a wide selection of different configurations, and we can also perform customizations to accommodate any special wishes. Please visit our showroom in Manchester. The truck you have always dreamt of might be waiting just behind the door. Best regards, your Scania truck dealer. And if you want to visit that showroom, you would click here, and it would take you straight to it. It would ask you if you want to go there, and it would take you to that dealership. Also from this screen, when you get an offer, you could be offered a loan from the bank, and that might help you buy your first truck, but we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to go back in here, and we're going to go have a look at the job market. So currently we are in Newcastle. When you've got your own vehicle, we would have a look at the freight market rather than quick jobs. And if your profile is linked to World of Trucks, you can do external contracts, and that again is stored on your World of Trucks profile. So, quick job, let's have a look and see what they're offering with this time. So we're in Newcastle. If you want to filter by the area you're located, you can just click on that city there, and it gives you all of the Newcastle jobs. So let's have a quick look and see what we have. We have a reservoir tank from Newcastle to Sheffield. Offer expires in 1 hour and 39 minutes, and that's we're using an MEN. Looks like a 6x4 double drive. 11 ton in total. It'll earn you £3,260, and it's around about £20.48 to the mile. A pretty good offer, that one. We might take that one. The next one would be a lamb stomachs. Whoa, that sounds not very nice. And again, Newcastle and Manchester, £3,089. As you can see, these are all going down. It depends on what you want, where you want to go and see, what you want to do. There's a new Scania there. So as you can see, the prices are getting less and less. Newcastle to Edinburgh, canned beans. I suppose we've already taken ketchup, so I suppose that's possible. Cell plan, that's where we are at the moment, cell plan. So there's 20 tons of used packaging. Just going down to Manchester. Let's see if we've got anything on the side for cell plan. Cell plan, Newcastle and Manchester, empty pallets. Should we do this one? Yeah, let's do this one. This is in one of the new Volvos, and then all you do is you collect on take job, and that will load your job up. Another nice picture there from World of Trucks of a Renault. So there we are. Wow, we're in a Volvo. So have a quick look around. Nice big sunroof, as well as interior cab control lights, mirrors. What sort of box do we have on today? Looks like a curtain sider. Let's see. So yeah, that's a curtain sider. Looks quite a nice Volvo truck. Start the engine up, and there's the DRLs come on. Let's have a look and make sure everything works. So there's the side lights, headlights, main beams. Let's have a look here. And there's the horns, so that's all works. The tyres are looking good. Carb's looking good. We'll turn the wipers off. Right. Let's jump into this one. So as you can see, we've got a few options there. We've got our internal mirrors that we can have both on or off. So at this point we can press F2 and it turns the mirrors off. So we have to use the ones in the game. Again, another realistic feature. We can adjust the cab by pressing the F4 button, and that gives us a light adjustment. Parking lights, low beam, high beam beacons, additional lights, auxiliary and roof lights, so you can have them. So if you had extra lights, as in marker lights on the roof or spotlights, they would work. We can close that, and we can minimize that actually, so we have to work off the dashboard GPS. Now that's a challenge, but let's see how we get on. So there we are, we're in our Volvo. It looks like it's a nice big Volvo. We've got our track IR set up. All we have to do is press the throttle and make sure we've got the engine going, which we do. Put on the brake, into gear by moving the stick forward. Brakes come off. And for some reason our gear selector's not working. Right, so we can come out of here, go into options. Let's see if we've adjusted something we shouldn't have done. So there's options. This is quite a good thing to do. So it just means you can set it up as you would. So let's have a look. Controls. Let's go into controls. Real automatic. That's right. Steering axis. Joy accelerator brake. Go down. Shift to position for your H shifter setup. Joy button 10. I wonder if we've not got this plugged in properly. Have a look. Sometimes USB cables come out, sometimes they come loose. Let's have a look and see what we have. If this is possibly what's happened. Looks like it's in okay. Strange. Right, so let's select auto gearbox drive, which is joy button 10. Right, okay, so that's... Now where have we used that before? Right, let's have a look and see if this works. PC, what can I say? Can be a little temperamental, but all we need to do is go back into drive. Yep, we've got reverse and we've got auto, so it's just a case of resetting them back up again. we're good to go again. So let's do this, eh? So into first, accelerate, and we're moving, and we're going to be going out over that way. So we'll turn the wheel to the right, watching our mirrors, make sure nobody stepped into our path. And here we'll be turning left, so we'll put our left hand indicator on. We'll check right for traffic coming from the right, nothing from the right, one from the left. Once he's clear, we're out of here. And we're going to go in left again, so we'll leave our indicator on. Past the Mercedes dealership. Nice big swing there. And now we put the power down. Down to the roundabout, we'll be taking a right. One from the right. Well, you could have used his indicators a little bit sooner. Check the left hand mirror. Oh, cheers, boys. For some reason it cut out. Sometimes you get this with trucks. Wouldn't have thought a new Volvo should have done that though. So off we go. 30 mile an hour zone. As you can see, we want to stay within that 30 mile an hour so we don't get speeding fine. A lot of construction going on there. Don't know whereabouts in Newcastle actually this is, but it's not a bad representation in Newcastle. It'd be nice for them to do photorealistic scenery like they do for Microsoft Flight Simulators. Let's have a look. We're still in that 30 mile an hour zone, watching for the speed cameras. Now we're coming into de-restricted. Put the hammer down. You can hear that Volvo engine just pulling it along there. Not a heavy load on, but it's enough of a load to make the engine work. Into 10th, auto box doing its job. Turning left here. So we put a little bit of engine braking on. As you can see on the map, the road has changed colour, and that indicates that we've discovered it. This is good. Cancel the indicator. Coming up onto the A1. This is where you normally get caught in traffic through the day. It can be really, really bad. And the A1, one on the outside of it, but we'll put it down and sneak out before him. And there we go. So if I remember rightly, we're going down to Manchester. And as we're going down to Manchester, I would say that it usually takes around about 3 hours in an HGV to go to Manchester. When I used to take it, a wagon down there, I would try and stop somewhere along the M62. Hartshead Services, it was the one I used to usually like, as they had a truck wash in there, and you could get your full wagon washed. And at the time, the company I worked for would pay for it, so it was always clean my truck, or at least I always try to keep it clean. It's a thing I used to take pride in. I used to always think of a truck looks nice, yeah, people looking at it, which promoted a good advert for the company you worked for. So there we are, up against the limiter, and we're off down to Manchester. This truck has 39,000 miles on the clock. Not a lot for a truck. You probably find you could do that in 6 months maybe. 10:15 in the morning. We've got another speed zone coming up. What's the speed going to be? 50 mile an hour. So we'll just try and keep it down to 50. There's your speed camera on the left. It's changed a little bit now that most speed cameras have to be highlighted, as in they have to be painted yellow. And if they're not, then technically you could get away with saying you've never seen it, which is entrapment. But to be honest, I think most of the judges would say if you were breaking the law, whether it's entrapment or not, you were breaking the law. I'm still in the 50 zone, but there we go, back into the de-restricted 60 zone for us SGVs, well 56. And we're still heading down the A1. We should have a nice view over the top. Oh, there's the police. Glad we were watching him. We should have a nice view over the top as we go over Manchester, towards Manchester, and over Britain's highest motorway. Can't remember how many feet above sea level it is, but it is one of the highest motorways in the UK. The one thing I love about this ETS game is without any of the actual mods at the moment, it's got some really nice police cars. Jaguar XF, that one. And yeah, it's wouldn't be bad being a police officer driving around in that one. With this run, we should be able to get to level 1 with the experience points. It should give enough, but we'll just have to wait and see. We'll see how our reverse goes. I think possibly I've got my steering wheel set up a little bit too sensitive, which we can change later on. Change the sensitivity. So next road off to our left is Carlisle and Liverpool, which I'm presuming would be the A66, which also goes across towards Penrith. That road is one of the main arteries east to west, and it can also get blocked in the winter with snow. It can be a really bad road for the winter driving. And it's also in places single carriageway, which can slow an SUV down as well and cause problems. You also got the very famous Appleby Fair, where the travellers go and race horses and spend a week in Appleby and enjoy different things, games, and organise a lot of horse sales. And then usually just after that and just before that, you'll find a lot of travellers are taking their caravans and horses on the main roads towards Appleby and then come back from Appleby. You've also got a really good set of views over that road as well, which takes you up into the North Yorkshire Dales. And again, like I say, some of the wilderness over that way can be a little bit wild, especially this time of year. Although today's been a really nice day. We've had cool breeze, but blue skies and sunshine. As you can see, we're still heading south on the A1. Our next junction should be for the M62. As in the game, realistically there would be a lot more junctions before we got to the M62. And the M62 in real world, you'd be looking for signs for Ferry Bridge in Leeds. It's just south of Leeds, the M62. But if we see a sign for Manchester, we'll be taking that. So there's a sign for Grimsby, and to be honest, Grimsby is off the M18. That's where you would find it, rather than being off the side of the A1. To get to Grimsby, you would basically go A1 down to the M62, left onto the M62 towards Hull, right onto the M18, and then onto the M180. And then you'd head down to Grimsby. Did that trip a couple of weeks ago for real, and it takes around about 2.5 to 2 3/4 hours in a commercial vehicle to do that. We're now into 3 lanes. We'll check the inside and indicate to move in. So I think the next junction is going to be the one we need to go across to Manchester. As you can see, we're discovering all of these actual roads by the roads turning yellow on our little GPS. It's getting a little bit busier with the traffic. Scorers going past and sales reps and everything. We've got a services up on our right there, and that I believe would be Ferrybridge services. There's the sign for the M62 Manchester. So Ferrybridge services in the game is actually on the wrong side. If you were coming south towards the M62, Ferrybridge services would be on our left. But you know, these little things that I suppose if you were into creating mods you could actually fix. At this point you'd be running down into some tunnels and into M62. Well, I wonder if that police car's chasing that one in front. There you go, a nice Ford Transit. Take that time around here. Bit of a tight one this. A couple more wagons. I think he's possibly going off to Manchester as well. And then at this point we're on the M62 heading west towards Manchester. Let's see, once you get sort of west of Bradford, you start finding you've got out into the actual moors up on the top, Hartshead Moor, and at just the top of there you'll find you've got a little sign that tells you exactly how high the motorway is, but it's a big climb, and you've got 4 lanes of motorway at that point. You usually find the normal wagons are on the inside. Ones with a little bit more power or lighter loads will move out to lane 1, or lane 2 shall I say, and then you'll find all the cars in that in lane 3 and 4. And there's the reservoir. That's normally just on the drop before you get to Manchester. This little bit is actually quite accurate. Once you do get past that reservoir, there is this I think it's a canal over the top of the motorway, and that does look fairly accurate. The motorway does split, so again that's fairly accurate. And at this point, when you get to probably another 8 miles on, you'll find the summit of the motorway, and then it's a long drop down into Manchester, which you've got to be very careful because it is a quite steep drop, so you'll have your engine brake going or your retarder just to hold you on the speed limit, because I've seen wagons go down there, and whether the drivers are brave or stupid, they've been 60, 70, 80 mile an hour off through the limiter because of the weight of the truck pushing them on, and if they get caught at them speeds, I think it's license losing territory for the truck driver, which then means he's got no income coming in. There's not many haulage companies want to employ drivers with points on the license, so I think it's anything more over 6 points. That I would believe would be the service at the top of Hartshead. I might be wrong. If I am wrong, give me a shout, tell me. And we're still on the at this point we would be looking at going across onto the M60 by the looks of it, towards Manchester. It's a nice drop. Police car on the outside there. Although I've never seen fields of sunflowers. One day we might. So we're going to go off here, put a little bit of engine braking on to help with our braking to slow it down so we can make this corner. And this should take us down to the M60, which is this ring road around Manchester city centre. Let's see, we're out. Yep. So there we go. So this would basically take us down towards Stockport, and like I said, towards the south of Manchester. You could also probably get around to Manchester Airport on this route as well. Big international airport. This is a bit of a tighter corner, so we take it a little bit easier. Stay a little bit wider, keep the trailer off the barriers. We're not doing too bad. Fuel, still got a lot of fuel in it. and then we'll slow down to 30 mile an hour so we don't break the speed limit. As you can see, we've just discovered Manchester, and if you remember rightly at the beginning of the video, Manchester is where the Scania truck dealership is. So if we had, I don't know, 100,000, 70,000, 80,000, we could potentially go and purchase a Scania cab and then start doing our own work rather than driving other people's trucks. And that's really where the fun starts, because at that point you can save up for accessories for your truck, you can save up and buy another one and employ a driver, or you could literally possibly even buy a fleet of trucks if you've worked that hard. So this is Manchester. As you can see, the skyline's really nice. Have a bit of a look around. I don't know if that's a generic skyline we've got there. Let's have a look. But it is a big major city, Manchester, so it is built up. I suppose this would be classed as the outskirts coming into Manchester. Now, where's he going? Oh, he's coming around as well. So is he. And the van, oh, the van's going off. At this point, you'd be keeping your eyes open for motorbikes, motorcycles, other cars doing silly things, because cars are going to have to do this. We're going to move over because our delivery point's on the right hand side. She is there, LKW, that's where we're taking this one to. And then we'll just go in through the gates here. And there's our parking space. So as you can see, this time it hasn't given me the option. It hasn't asked me to park onto a little green button and then said how would you like to finish your delivery. This is just assumed that's where the trailer's going and we're going to park it there. So yeah, we're going to park it there, and as I was taught, always reverse in on your driver's side. So what you would do is you would drive it round, line it up as much as you can, keep your lock on, and pull it right the way forward. And you see, we're nice and straight. Foot brake on, into reverse. And then what we're going to do, slowly back it back. See if we can get it into that loading bay. Don't know why there would be a tipper on the loading bay. Maybe they're doing work on it. I think, have we done it? Oh, we've gone a little bit off. Oh no, we've done it. Let's see if we can get it a little bit straighter. And then all we do, so into neutral, handbrake on, into neutral. And then it's a couple of legs, and that's another trip completed. We've done 143 miles this time, and it's taken us 3 hours and 23 minutes. The fuel consumed was 80.2 litres, and for this we've gained £2,642, gained experience of 231 for the job, plus 40 experience points for parking the trailer. So that's gained was level 1. So we now have a total experience of 362 points and 700 points to get to level 2. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on continue. I'm going to show you the next part. Because we've gained 1 level, it then asks what skills would you like to upgrade. At this point, you've got 1 skill point you can add to any of these. ADR, which is the transportation of dangerous goods and chemicals. Basically these are, in the UK you would go for training on your ADR classes. These classes are 1 to 7, I believe, and they cover class 1, which is explosives. You don't usually gain that one. Class 2 gases, yes, you would get that. Class 3 is your flammable liquids, so petrol tankers, things like that. Class 4 flammable solids, which again you would probably get. Toxic infectious substances is class 6. I don't believe many drivers would have that one, although yep, probably have. Class 8 corrosive substances, again, yep, I know a few drivers with that. So we can either upgrade one of these. I tend to like to go for the long distance upgrade because rank 1 delivers up to 270 miles and gives you a 5% higher reward for delivering distances longer than 155 miles. A 25% experience bonus for delivery distance longer than 155 miles. So it's going to get you up through your ranks a little bit quicker. Your next one is high value cargoes. So all cargo is valuable, but some loads are more valuable than others. Companies trust the only proven experts to carry these kind of deliveries. As a reward, you will get, so rank 1, 5% higher reward for high value delivery, 18% experience bonus for high value delivery. And like I say, you could do a fragile, so you're talking glass, electronics, delicate machinery, and then just in time deliveries. Sometimes companies need to deliver something important quickly, so they call for a just-in-time job. Such work puts more stress on the driver. The delivery window is tighter, but the compensation eases your level of discomfort. A new rank in this skill will result in important deliveries unlocked, 3% higher reward for finishing an important delivery, 20% experience bonus for finishing an important delivery, and then it goes up as you rank up. Eco driving, you could get this after you've gained some of the other ones. Improved eco driving skill will help you minimize your fuel consumption. Rank 1, 10% of fuel saved when driving with trailer, 10% of fuel saved when driving free. This is probably quite a good one if you have your own vehicles. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the long distance one. So we click on the plus button, puts a little mark in that one, hits apply. If we wanted ADR, we just click on the first ADR rank, which it would be here. Which would be explosives, and then hit apply again. So we apply that. As you can see, we've been given another email. Let's have a look. So, need money, we can help. And how many times have we heard this from sellers before? So, need money, we can help. Dear sir, madam, we thought you might like to know that we offer favourable loans to new businesses. Do you need funding to get your business running? We are here to help. Please visit your local banking centre for more information. Respectfully, Sales Manager, Bank. Now, in the old days, that sales manager would be called a bank manager, and he would listen to your, he would listen to everything that you had to say, show him a business plan, and it would be up to him to say yes or no. Nowadays, probably find banks are more automated, and that little bit of personal touch is not there anymore. So it's probably not as easy for some companies to gain credit as others. So there you go. So here's your loan offers. You get 8,790 for 255 a day, 43,950 for 1,271 a day, 87,900 for £2,500 a day repayment. And if you had a little bit more cash, I would imagine that one would be unlocked. 351,600 for £5,000 a day. That is a lot of money to pay back. And at this point, it says you can borrow £87,900. If you borrowed one of these, you would see the loan amount here. What is left to repay? How many days it would take to repay? Your interest rate and your instalments. At the present time, our account balance is 4,718. So if we took this, which is what we'd probably need to buy a very simple plain cab, we would be looking at maybe 1 day's payment in the bank and nothing else for fuel. So no, we're not going to do that for now. We're going to go back to the main game and we're going to leave it there. My name is Subtype R. I hope you've enjoyed this. Again, this one has been a little bit more of an instructional video. Next time we'll just get on and get some jobs done and see if we can build them funds up, build that experience up to purchase our own first truck. If you have liked it, please put a big thumbs up, subscribe, tell your friends, share it on YouTube, Twitter, or anywhere else you find, and we'll try and increase the followers. The other thing we're going to try and do is do some live streams on Twitch and YouTube. where we can maybe have a bit banter, a little bit of crack, as they say, where we're going to try and get as many followers and subscribers involved as well. So there'll be a chat option there, and I'll try and give you as much information about that when it happens. Many thanks for watching, and take care. Thank you.